Hi, everyone. It's Steven Schleicher from Majorspoilers.com, and this week's show is being brought to you by Harry's. It's Movember, and Harry's is the official partner of the Movember Foundation and will be donating money and helping raise awareness for men's health. So what happens in Movember? As many of you know, men grow mustaches to raise awareness of men's health issues. Now, I haven't decided whether I'm going to continue to grow this thing under my nose or not. I know my wife doesn't really care too much about it, but I do know if I'm going to shave this off, I'm going to use razors from Harry's. I like using Harry's razors because they give me a really close, comfortable shave, and I know I like it, and I know my wife likes it too. You know, Harry's knows all about a clean, comfortable shave. It was started by two guys who are passionate about creating a better shaving experience by delivering an amazing shave at an affordable price directly to your door. Now, whether you're participating in Movember or not, Harry's has a starter set at an amazing deal when you use my code CriticalHit. You're going to get that starter set for only $10. Now, the set includes a razor handle, 3-blade cartridges, and your choice of shaving cream or foaming shave gel. I like the shaving cream. It's going to be delivered to your door. Shipping is always free. Here's what you do. Go to harrys.com right now. And as a special offer just for you, the fans of Critical Hit, Harry's is going to give you $5 off your first order with the code CriticalHit. That's Harry's, HARRYS.com. Enter the code CriticalHit and start shaving better today. Now that we're done with that, let's get into this week's episode of Critical Hit. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care.
This episode is brought to you by Major Spoilers VIP members. Thank you for your support of Major Spoilers and the Major Spoilers Podcast Network. If you would like to become a bronze, silver, or gold VIP member, go to members.majorspoilers.com for more information.
Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and joining us again this week. We hope to entertain you and educate you and do a whole bunch of other things. But first, we need to find out where we're at.
Mm-hmm. And whether we threw up.
Right. I'm pretty sure we're going to pass out again.
We threw up.
So, yeah, last time
on Critical Hit.
Good job, guys.
I
think we need to wait a little longer.
Yes. What did happen last time on Critical Hit?
We climbed a tower.
We climbed. We heard the wonderful tale of Randus's adventures.
And we climbed.
Mm-hmm. And we climbed. Yeah.
And we climbed a bunch.
Yeah. Little Sparkle did that thing where she pretends to be a shadow. Then we climbed some more.
We deeply distressed some sky talkers
Yeah.
who wanted us out of their house.
Probably killed one. And climbed.
Yeah. It was one of those awkward face-to-face moments where you wake up and there's 9 guys in your living room eating pizza.
Yes. I remember that.
Robin Scherbatsky, you put the gun down. No, you put the gun down first moment. Yeah. Is that a raccoon or a cat? No one knows for sure.
And then our device got powered up and we left.
Yes.
Pew, pew, pew.
Hey!
But we did
After
a thing, and
fiddling
now
with
instead of the thing, it's a different thing.
Which may or may not be the worst thing we've ever done.
We'll find out.
Okay.
Brian didn't roll any dice, so I'm not too worried yet.
Right. Brian rolled a botch to save space-time. We've done worse. Brian broke the universe, man.
Brian just unhinged himself from the universe.
Yes.
No, he broke the universe and fixed it. But he couldn't fix himself because he's a doctor, not a bricklayer.
All right.
That's my one.
All right.
4 episodes in, and she's already sighing at my jokes. 4? 4 episodes.
4 recording
It's
sessions.
been way more than that.
Sure.
It's been more than that, too.
Yeah, we're actually 8 sessions in.
Wow, time flies.
All together, counting the one that Matthew and Brian weren't in, and the 2 that Rob wasn't in.
Oh.
So I've had plenty of time with you.
Yes.
Don't be that girl.
Be nice.
To Matthew?
No.
Never.
Thank you.
All right.
Children.
All right. So,
On critical hit.
yeah, things kind of shift a little bit for you guys. The floating energy double pyramid thing disappears, and you guys fall down onto some soft golden sand.
There's a lot less falling than I was expecting all of a sudden.
Still conscious?
Still conscious.
Hello.
Hey. Everyone seeming normal?
I sit up.
Okay.
Look at Orem.
Orem looks normal.
Looks like Orm again?
Yep.
All right.
What about the rest of us? Scanning party.
We all look like Orem. Oh, God!
Yeah, you all look fine.
Where do we appear to be?
You appear to be in some sort of sandy desert. Although it doesn't feel necessarily super dry. You guys can feel a breeze, and it's not entirely dry, so there might be, you guys may just be
Water
at like
nearby.
a very wide beach, or maybe there's an oasis nearby, assuming everything works the way it's supposed to.
Is it me, or are those trips getting easier?
Well, considering Orem appears to be entirely normal, we might be back.
I don't know that I'd throw it.
How are you feeling, Orem?
Stand up.
Yep.
Try to do a face step. Anything happen?
Yes.
Oh.
You find yourself standing atop an enormous building. Not necessarily a tower, so much as, really, for all intents and purposes, a skyscraper. Below you are many other buildings and plazas. All of them seem to be golden. You return to where your compatriots are, except, 5 squares that way.
Well, things seem to work. I don't think we are back where we were at. Or where we need to be.
I'm gonna
Why
pull
not?
up. Yeah, pull up
Just a hunch.
the diagram.
Okay.
See what it shows.
Okay. You activate the thing.
Yes.
So there's the place where it originates, then a line, then another line, then another line, right? So you went forward one line, then you went forward another line. Right now, the dot that indicates it is down one, but not at the end of the line you can see. Sort of diagonally away from that line, but kind of in the same, like you can make a triangle between.
I see.
So presumably it has the same demi-planes here.
Okay. Any 3 points can make a plane. This is a 4th point on those sets of lines, right? Or is this the 5th point?
No, this is only our 3rd point.
We have an originating point.
Yep.
Line to the first point.
Yep.
Line to the second point, which is where we just were. So
And then a line to a third point.
Line to a third point. We're over here.
Right. And it is, if you are drawing a line, the thing is, like, those lines aren't necessarily completely on the same plane. If you really scrutinize them, they don't go directly, like, you can't, like, they don't necessarily, like, they kind of, like, wave in and out, like, point in and out of a plane.
All right. So we could connect any 3 of them, but not all 4 of them. You can connect
With a single line? Yes.
Well, with a single plane.
Yeah.
With a single plane, you could connect probably any 2 of them. But
Right,
a third
now
one
I'm
might
seriously
actually be slightly off.
No, any 3 points can make a plane.
Oh,
It
then
doesn't
sure.
matter. So the 4th one would be where it throws it off
Sure.
into 3 dimensions instead
Sure.
of just 2.
It would just
So
be
we would-
non-planar.
Yeah. And this one is completely away from the rest of them?
Yes.
Well, we did something wrong.
Why do you say that?
But we've got an indicator that says you are here, right? Presumably.
Yep.
Yeah. Seems like we're a little
But
off.
it's not where the line was pointing.
That's not where the line thought we were going to go. Which... But we returned it back to 8, but it's a different color now.
So basically, if I rotate and look, does it just basically look like it's the dot is below? Well, I guess it doesn't really. I can just... Yeah, it doesn't seem to...
The dot appears to be equidistant from where you thought you might be going.
But just a little lower?
Just a little off.
Oh, so it's off to one side?
Yeah. So basically, the dot where you were, or the point where you were, where the indicator used to be, and then you jump forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of jumping to the end of that line, now the dot is just off floating by itself, but it is the same distance away from that line, from where you jumped.
Can we... Well, obviously, we would be able to measure the angle of difference from where it was to where we are now. Like,
Sure.
we choose the point, we're going this way, we're now this way 30 degrees in
Sure.
whatever three-dimensional direction that is.
Sure.
Which means potentially we could start mathing our way back. Because we have a point that's not pre-calculated.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we might have to start fiddling with it. So are the numbers still...
Black, black, red?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to start futzing with basically dialing through the numbers, going up, seeing if I can get them to cycle through different colors, or see if I can...
You can, but they cycle through in like weird patterns.
Okay. And so I don't necessarily get... Like, the same number can be different colors?
Yes. But not all numbers have an alternate color. And sometimes the same number in a different placement, right? So in like the ones or the tens place, does have an alternate color in one and does not in the other.
Okay. Yeah, we almost had a simple solution.
There was never going to be a simple solution.
What was the original number on that?
138.
138.
So
and then we
I'll-
turned it to 139, turned it back to 138.
Right.
And
it was
it
red.
turned red.
So I'll give you this since Ket suggested it. If you do measure the angles, all of these angles are at 138 degrees.
From the previous arc.
From the previous arc. Yep. From the previous
Okay.
line, basically.
Numbers!
And you all pass out.
Took longer.
3 days later.
Yep.
This time we actually just passed out from doing too much math.
You all pass out from nerd. All right. So, we will start with, let's go with Little Sparkle. Little Sparkle wakes up. She is on a small bed that is raised at about the torso, or where, basically a bed that is like a little bit up, kind of like a slightly raised hospital bed.
Sure.
Your surroundings, you are in a kind of a white stone room. It is very open. There is a fountain in the center of it. There are a few tables around. A couple of them are burning some kind of nice smelling something. Some of the tables have like platters of fruit on them. You don't recognize all of the fruits on them, but some of them look pretty familiar. You also realize that you don't have any of your gear. You are in fact wearing some really nice, soft robes.
So basically, I woke up in a spa.
Kind of.
Is anyone else that I recognize around?
Nope, you are by yourself in this room.
I'll stand up. I guess look around.
Okay. You start looking around. You can see out a window. You are in some complex. There's a big courtyard. There is like grass around, but basically it's like the courtyard has grassy areas, lots of palm trees. Then there's a wall, and past it there is a big sprawling city made up almost entirely of kind of squat rectangular buildings, not necessarily built in the most grid-like way. And then a big outer wall, and then past it, just open desert.
Do I see any people moving around?
You do. There's some people in the courtyard. And then farther along, you can see some people in the distance. Everybody here appears to be, basically from this vantage point, they appear to be humanoid, with their stupid little noses and and weird flesh, and weird fleshy mouths.
Okay, is there a door to my room? Or you said it was like a really open layout?
Yeah, there is, basically on the opposite side from the window, and when you turn to look at it, there is somebody standing there. It is an old lady. She appears to be human, really. She is very wrinkly, has very dark skin, and is wearing these white robes with a silvery, like a thick kind of silvery trim around the sleeves, and has a little, like a small kind of like a pillbox hat that has like a little bit of like a silvery fur trim around it. And that also seems to, from the way that her hair is, more than likely she has some kind of updo that is then capped by the hat.
Cool.
She looks at you and says, "Oh, you're awake. How do you feel?"
How do I feel?
Yeah.
How do I feel?
Fine.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Oh, that's great. Come here. You haven't eaten anything, have you?
No, I don't think so. How long have I been out?
We found you in the desert maybe 5 or 6 hours ago.
Okay.
So I don't know how long you had been out. Prior to that, you weren't very exposed, so hopefully not much more than that.
Well, thank you very much for taking me in.
Oh, it's our pleasure. We take in all travelers who are in need. She hands you some fruit.
I will happily eat some fruit.
Okay. It is tasty.
Unlike last time.
Yes, it doesn't explode like the last fruit.
It tastes like burning.
Burning magic.
Yes.
Speaking of travelers, were the men I was with also brought here?
Yes. Your companions are fine. They are also recuperating in their own rooms, and once you are all healed up, we will let you go on your way.
Oh, thank you very much. To whom do I owe this hospitality?
Oh, we call this place Dune City, and I suppose you owe the Dune Lord your hospitality, or for his hospitality, but you don't have to repay anything.
That's incredibly generous. Thank you again.
Certainly. Once your friends are awake, we can take you to see them.
Thank you.
So, she points at the fountain. She kind of lets you know where the facilities are. Says that if you need anything.
Could you tell me where my belongings are?
Yes. They are downstairs, a couple of floors. We're having some of our mystics take a look at them to make sure that there's nothing, that they're not contaminated.
What would they be contaminated with?
The magic of the Alfar, of course.
Sorry, the magic of the what?
Look, it's not my place to do this sort of thing. We do have counselors. I can send one up if you'd like to talk to them. I just need to take care of you.
Of course.
Okay. Do you want to talk to someone?
Yeah, that would be nice. Thank you.
All right. I'll send someone up. Just stay here, relax.
All right.
She leaves.
I'll eat some fruit, wash up in the fountain, look around for I don't know, things that a paranoid rogue would look for. So,
okay,
observation panels, traps,
sure. Yep.
secret doors.
Give me a perception check.
Sure. I have a 28.
You don't see any traps, trap doors, scrying sensors, double-sided mirrors, or what are those called? Two-way mirrors.
No paintings with
no paintings with eye holes cut out of them. Nothing like that. This appears to be a perfectly mundane room. You do see some labels, like there's some towels that they have, and they have some labels on them about basically the fabric that they're made out of, and the labels aren't common.
Okay, interesting. I mean, I assume that the woman was also speaking to me in common.
That's right. Actually, everywhere you've been, there's people have spoken to you in common.
Apparently, these planes have a common link.
I get it.
So,
see, I left it your job.
The lady comes back in and says, our counselor is currently busy, but that's probably for the best. We'll probably want to sit all of you down and talk to you.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Well, thank you again for asking.
Certainly. I believe your friends are awake, if you'd like to see them.
I would like that very much.
Okay, follow me. You
Thank you.
go down a hallway, and a few rooms over, there is a very similar room, has a fountain in it, and all this stuff. And you see, we'll say Ket, lying down on a bed, and has a lady trying to feed him a bit kind of pomegranate looking thing.
I know this myth. You're not gonna fool me into staying half my time here.
You don't want to shack up with the god of death for half a year? Come on.
Haven't I already been there?
I suppose so.
Oh, Kat, you all right?
Yeah. Where's our stuff?
He won't eat.
Oh,
You need your strength, young man.
Fine.
You are, by the way, you are super hungry.
the fruit is delicious. Our stuff is being checked for contamination. Once
Cat's
everyone
eyes
is
go
awake,
wide.
they're gonna.
I hate that word.
Once everyone's awake, they're gonna explain what that's all about to us.
Where's Guy?
He's over there. He's invisible. He's hanging, basically He is up in the corner of the room, just like gripping the wall, hiding.
Your imaginary
Terrified
friend
cat,
is
also
Yep.
invisible.
Pretty much.
Okay. Alright. Fine, give me the fruit.
Eat it?
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Fine, give me more fruit.
Yeah. All right. Cat grudgingly ingests some fiber. But more importantly, sugar.
Sugar.
Yay. Do the usual quick internal check.
Everything seems to be where it's supposed to be.
2 hearts, 4 lungs.
Try and summon an eagle.
Okay.
Just right in front of me.
Okay. Well, those 2 ladies freak out when an eagle appears in front of you.
I'm glad you still got your touch. Pet it a little.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, I seem to be okay.
Yeah, me too, minus my belongings. There's a big city outside. We're apparently in the city of the Dune Lord.
The Dune Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Desert. Okay, that makes sense.
Is the woman still there?
Yeah, they're just don't know what to make of that eagle that appeared all of a sudden.
Little Sparkle will say in Elven and kind of like glance at the people who are there to see if they look like they understand.
Mm-hmm.
When I asked about the contamination, they recommended we talk to a counselor. I think they assume we might be crazy.
They do not seem to respond, or they can't tell what you're saying. It's pretty clear.
Okay.
Huh. Well, that's probably not inaccurate.
Yeah, I mean, considering we dropped out of the sky from a different world, I'd assume we were crazy too.
So you were told, what, 5-6 hours we've been here?
Yes. 5-6 hours is since they found us. Not really sure how long we were unconscious before then.
Huh. Well, I'm not worried about any sort of contaminations unless they're... I'm going to continue in Elven to her.
Sure. I assume so.
Okay. I just figured I should make that clear. I'm not worried about any sort of contaminations unless they're actually going to disenchant our gear.
Yes, that's the only thing I'm worried about, is not getting my equipment back. Well, they said that the others were awake too, so I'm pretty sure we can get them to get us all together, and then hopefully they'll explain some more of what they're afraid of.
Did they remove jewelry as well?
Yep.
This ring and the crown thing?
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, you guys have like none of your gear. You are wearing a robe.
It was itchy.
It's actually super nice. Unless, you have an allergy to that.
Yeah.
Cat totally has
Just
an
super
allergy
nice.
to nice.
This is not skin tight.
Yep.
It's skin loose.
That's not even a thing.
God, Brian. Where are you even from? Oklahoma. Oh, that's true.
So Little Sparkle will turn to one of the, I guess, kind of nurse type people and say, could you take us to the rest of our group?
The other 3?
Yes. Follow us.
Thank you.
So they go over, and a few rooms over, and you guys find Sakar.
Is he awake?
Yep.
He's ranting.
What is he ranting about?
I am Sakara Sokichi, Lord Baron in absentia of Oblia. Bring me my swords and the lord of this realm.
You do realize
She'll
they have
turn to
no idea
Ken.
what most of that means, right?
It means that I very gravely mislike being maltreated and having my belongings taken from me.
No. These people took us out of the desert and took very good care of us while we were unconscious.
That I'm grateful and request once again to have my soul.
They're apparently checking our things for magical contamination, and as soon as that's done, we can find out what's going on. And they also want us to talk to a counselor who I think they think we might be a little upset, and you're not helping that situation, Zakar.
It's almost as though I am, in fact, upset.
Randus walks in.
Oh, hi. Hey guys. How's it going? Everything good?
Yeah. Does Randus still have his mechanical arm, or did they take that?
Yep, he still has it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's really hard to take off. You got to twist backwards and flip a little switch.
Yeah.
It's covered in kibble, so it's hard to transform.
Incidentally, you can, when you checked your arm, you saw that there was probably, plenty of sand in it. Not that it necessarily gets in the way. You can clean it. It's not a big deal. It's pretty durable, but it gives a clear indication that they probably looked at it and they were like, nope.
I see.
So they didn't try to take it off or clean it or anything.
I very much appreciate that.
You're too smart for them.
How are you doing, Randus?
I'm good. I'm good. Everyone okay?
Well, we haven't found Orm yet, but so far so good. Let's go see what...
The food's good? The robes are comfy?
Ridiculous things this Orm's done to Orm now that he's passed out.
I was concerned about that.
You ladies direct us to our last compatriot?
Why don't you all sit around here and wait for the counselor?
I don't think so.
How many of us did you bring back?
We brought all of you back.
How many is all of us?
Did you find?
Look, the counselor will explain everything.
I would like a number. Please.
We brought the 3 of you. We brought the 4 of you.
Okay.
And we caught the Alfar.
The what?
Oh, God.
Look,
no.
young lady, I know it seems like he's your friend. I know it seems like you love him and you care about him, but he's a monster.
Oh, no. Oh, poor Orm.
I don't suppose there's going to be any convincing them that this is...
So that's why you're checking our gear for Alfar contamination?
Yes.
Great.
What are we supposed to do with the Weredrin? Sorry.
Oh.
So that might be something Kit's doing.
Do we got any particularly Fey-aspected equipment?
Don't think so, unless some of us still had our cold iron.
Well, but that's going to be the opposite, presumably, right?
They'd probably actually look favorably upon that.
I mean, Ket had said that his hat of disguise was made by his mother, so that might register as Eladrin contaminated, or grandmother.
Cat makes a sour face.
Twitching.
Well, let's see what this counselor has to say.
Okay.
So a little bit of time passes, and after that, basically all but one attendant leaves, and she gives you guys a pretty wide berth, especially Sakar.
The angrily pacing Sakar.
Right.
Cursing in 3 languages.
What 3?
What 3 languages?
That's a good question, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, at the very least, we're likely to be able to identify the 3
Oh,
languages.
yeah, you understand the Elven and the Common quite clearly.
And the 3rd?
That's a good question.
Is there a third?
No, there isn't a third.
Is this one of those
okay.
sunglasses with the beard thing?
I literally misspoke, and now I'm covering my butt.
Oh, okay. So, yes.
You might know curses in Dwarven.
Yep. Sakar goes through every curse in every language he knows. Randus catches him, like, at least one thing that is not really so much an insult as something that, like, or, not so much a curse as, like, something that, like, dwarves shout at goats when they're being, like, stubborn.
Chlorbag Narfalthork.
Yep. So, yep, a little bit of time, like, Sekar paces around angrily. A little bit of time passes, and then this old, wrinkly man walks walks into the room. He looks at the attendant, who looks nervous, gives her a nod. So this guy is very wrinkly, has very dark skin, has a wide hat with fur trim, and is wearing robes similar to the ones that the attendants were wearing, except his have kind of a black trim, and his sleeves have some kind of like dangly things at the end. Just, they seem to be just adornments. But basically, he walks in through the door, sees the attendant first, nods at her, looks over at you guys, and then looks straight at Randus and looks briefly panicked before turning to the attendant and being like, "Could you give us a second?"
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I've got other people to attend to." And he's like, "Oh, please. And she takes off. And he walks over to Randus, leans in and goes, "Randus, what are you doing here?"
What? Who? What?
"Where's Zoram?"
He was captured by...
Is this Professor Luck?
No.
No.
You do not recognize this person.
On a larf?
You guys stay right here. Somebody's going to come get you, and then you're going to walk out the back, okay?
Okay.
Don't move. Where's your gear? Is your gear being decontaminated?
Yes.
That's what we've been told.
We'll get your gear.
Okay.
And he walks right out the door.
You? Randus, who is that?
I don't know.
How does he know you?
He probably met him sometime in the future.
And if he can get us out of here,
That's one
it doesn't
possibility.
matter who he is.
Yes, that's largely... We can figure all that out later when we have time to talk.
A tall, handsome soldier enters the room.
Hello.
Hello?
He is tall, has dark skin, is wearing a pointy silver hat, or helmet, I guess. And he just kind of has this leather breastplate with steel shoulder pads and some steel studs. But other than kind of a thickish belt, is otherwise not wearing a lot of armor. He's got a really long sword in a scabbard, which is not in like a not fixed to his belt. He's like carrying it around. He walks in, looks at the four of you guys, kind of rolls his eyes a little bit, and says, "Follow me."
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
We follow.
Okay.
Not someone we recognize.
Not someone you recognize.
Okay.
You go down some stairs, then over down a hallway, then down some other stairs, then into a kind of broader sort of atrium type area. Then past that down a hallway, at which point he turns to you and says, "Wait here."
Okay.
He goes through a door, at which point 3 kind of youngish, probably young, in their 20s, 2 ladies and a guy, wearing some very nice robes in a similar style to what you've seen, kind of come out of the room like they're being rushed out. They're like, "All right, well, we still need to look at that stuff." And he's like, "It's an order. I'm not like it's not up to me. Just wait it out. We need to look at these." And they're like, "All right, whatever." And they like kind of walk off, high-fiving each other and being obnoxious.
Little jerks.
Yeah. He's like, "Come in."
Okay.
Like, you walk in and there is your gear, and also Orham's gear. He says, "Get your gear on. I'll stand watch."
Okay.
Thank you.
Sakaar claps his hands and is suddenly wearing his armor and is only a little bit less angry.
Nope, he's not. Your armor is
Not.
over there.
I have to pick it up? Okay,
Yep.
I can't do the thing.
Yep.
I want to do the thing.
Well,
Yeah, but let me do the
it only works after you've put it on, so...
I like it. Well, okay, I pretend to do the thing.
Okay.
That makes me angrier that I can't do the thing.
Yep.
Now I'm really angry.
Gather my gear, grab the handy haversack, and shove Orm's gear in there.
Okay.
Being
Sparkle
careful
somewhat
not to wrinkle
shyly
anything, so
goes
they
into
don't
a
have to deal
corner
with the cranky Orm.
take off her robe and replace it with her armor.
Okay.
Basically close
As
the
you're
gear up.
putting Orham's gear in the haversack, when you grab his sword, he goes, "Oh, hey, how's it going? Bye."
That's really
I'm gonna
disturbing.
file that away for later.
Yep. Yeah. Also, you all hear this in your head.
Mhm.
It doesn't actually make noise. And eventually, you guys are geared up.
Put the robe back
I'll
on.
shove my robe in my backpack. That's a really nice robe.
It is a nice robe.
I'm gonna
Steal
put the
some
robe back
towels.
on over the rest of my gear. See if it'll...
Not really. I mean, it's kind of lumpy that way.
Never mind that.
I mean, it, like, you wouldn't really be able to hide your gear under it. Like, it just looks like you're wearing leather armor with a robe on top.
With
You
the
know?
robe on top.
I mean, if you want, you
Like, that's the
can.
look for you're going for.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
like-
really, if you were like a monk and you didn't wear gear like that, you could probably just throw the robe on and just kind of do the, like, raging bull thing with it.
Throw the robe in the
Alternately, if you were a bard, I guess you could do the James Brown thing with it. Like, somebody else could put it on you when you're feeling it too much.
The hardest working bard in all of them.
Yep. So yeah, eventually you guys are geared up.
Okay.
Uh,
We should. So were they going to just take us out of here? Yeah, we were supposed to meet random or later.
The guy is just outside the door.
Okay.
So you're leading us out, right?
Yep.
All right. We're good.
Follow me.
Go.
Let's go.
We go.
All right. He walks you down another hallway and then out the back of the complex and basically does a couple of like holding out his hand to stop you from moving and then move forward. And you guys, every once in a while when he does that, you can spot whatever he was, and sometimes you can't necessarily, but he is a few paces in front of you. And he basically kind of cuts through the city. You guys are very quickly in some slums. And eventually you guys get to the wall, which he points at what would normally be kind of a drainage grate. But the grate has been damaged. And he says, crawl through there and we'll be on the outside.
Okay.
And he kind of takes a few steps away from you guys to keep watch while you guys do that.
Little Sparkle will take point.
Okay. You're on the other side of the wall. There's desert out here.
Follow.
Okay.
Yep. Getting through. Okay.
Dong, dong, dong.
Couple link.
All right. So you guys go through, and then this soldier does as well. And he just starts walking and says, "Follow me. Keep up."
All right.
I don't like this.
Is he staying near the city, or is he going just?
Nope,
out
he's
to
just
the
going
desert?
out into the desert.
Time of day.
Day.
I'm gonna pull that robe back out and kind of position it over my head.
Okay.
Please get a little cover.
You know,
Yep.
do you know where our friend is?
Yes.
So,
Is he where we are going?
Nope.
What happened to him?
I suppose he got trapped in something.
Does the Dune Lord not like Eladrin?
There are no Eladrin here. There are only Alfar and Ulfar, and nobody's seen an Ulfar in centuries, and whenever you see an Alfar, it's because it's trying to eat you.
What exactly is an Alfar?
Well, which one are you guys from?
We had an incursion via void.
Describe your
cruisers.
demiplanes to me.
Astral Sea,
Feywild, Shadowfell.
Elemental chaos.
All right. So imagine you guys have like the 3-part elves, right?
Yes.
Elf, Drow,
Okay,
Eladrin.
so imagine if that had never happened and they were just had all that power and no real I guess compassion for anything.
Sounds like a problem.
It is. It's a huge problem here. Most of the conflicts here are largely defined by the involvement of the Alfar, and don't have to describe the Alfar to you. Although chances are most tend to be taller than your friend.
Do they have
So-
innate teleportation abilities?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
So they'd be planning for him to be able to teleport.
Yeah.
Correct.
I was hoping they wouldn't.
Unfortunate. So you're familiar with other worlds.
Yes.
Have you traveled to other worlds?
Yes.
Come across the situation a lot? Other travelers not quite?
No. This is not something that happens frequently.
I see.
Is traveling between worlds common here?
No.
Do you know a Professor Luck?
No.
No?
Do you know Randus?
Only through the reports.
What reports?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
So as you guys travel, the desert kind of gets a little bit rockier, and eventually there are big rocky outcroppings. And basically he leads you behind a big rocky outcropping. You guys are now pretty far from the city. The sun's going down, and it's kind of like going down. You guys have been traveling probably west, if that's a thing here. But basically the sun is going down in such a way that it's on the other side of the city.
Wouldn't we assume we'd have been traveling east then?
Traveling east.
Sun setting behind us.
Sun setting behind us, right?
Sun is setting behind. Here's the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here's you guys.
Yeah.
Here's the setting sun.
So it's sitting in front of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we go behind the rocky outcropping?
Yeah.
What do we find?
A rocky outcropping.
More
Oh
sand.
boy.
Yep, there's plenty of sand.
Yeah.
If any of you needed
It's
sand,
everywhere.
here it is.
I think I got plenty.
This is, however, apparently some sort of camp. In that there is clearly a little pit made out for fire. But it's the sort of thing where like maybe only 2, maybe 4 people at most would have had a camp. And he just says, well, we're going to wait here.
Okay.
For who?
Who are we waiting for?
For your friend.
Okay.
Why are you helping us?
Because it's harder to not.
I see.
How's that true?
Well, you guys are, I'm going to guess, hugely disruptive.
No.
Seems to be accurate.
Yeah.
So, assuming everything I've worked on so far isn't just completely down the drain, getting you out of here is actually my first priority.
And what are you working on?
Largely a means to stop this sort of thing from happening.
People from getting here from other worlds?
People traveling between worlds.
Exactly. He looks over and you guys see a person coming towards you. It appears to be that old man that identified Randus.
Hi.
He waves as he gets closer.
So, any luck finding Orem?
He reaches into his robe and pulls out a fairly large kind of a gemstone, like multifaceted gemstone, and he holds it up to Randus, and Randus can actually see in a lot of the facets like Orem like kind of wandering around, like feeling for things, maybe saying things like calling out every once in a while. I'm guessing if he found himself in that sort of situation.
Trapped in a crystal
Do I know
prison?
am I inside the...
You are in some sort like you woke up and you were in some dark thing. Like there's no walls or ceilings or anything.
Probably.
Okay. It says, well, it's going to take some doing. And he
I see.
puts the gem down on the ground, takes off the robe and just kind of has like very simple kind of tunic underneath, and he hands the robe to Ket and says, here, hold this for me.
Okay.
And then he grabs his hat and hands it to Randus and says, here, hold this for me, at which point it turns into a completely different creature.
Hi?
What kind of creature?
This is appears to be a young woman. Her skin is gray. She has these markings, or basically are these rectangular markings that kind of start above her brow, come down over to her cheeks, and basically make these rectangles, sort of with like the edges right at the center of her eyes. She's got a platinum blonde hair tied back in a ponytail, and she is wearing a brown leather jacket that probably comes down to about her hips. It has a lot of pockets on it. She's also wearing some leather pants, which also have a lot of pockets on them. She's wearing a big belt that has a lot of stuff hanging out from it. She reaches into her coat and pulls out what appears to be a tuning fork. She finds a nearby rock, taps it with the tuning fork. It begins to make noise. There's a little knob kind of like adjuster on the handle of it. She turns it until the sound changes, goes to point at it, and says, actually, everybody stand back.
Okay.
Take a few steps back.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
And then goes to point at it again, and there is just a huge, huge explosion. You're all knocked back a few feet. And basically, as the sand kind of clears, you see Oram sitting there where the gem used to be.
Huh.
He appears to be fine.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Worm.
Hi, Oram.
Here you go, Orm.
Appar-
Hand him the handy haversack.
Hey, it's your stuff.
Hey, it's my stuff. Thanks,
Look, we
Cat.
found a
You're
friend.
welcome.
Hey, hi. Good to see you again.
Apparently, they don't really like elf-type creatures here.
I kind of gathered that. Apparently, I'm a monster. Boo.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
it seems to be going around.
Hey, I mean, I got my turn, so maybe eventually we'll hit the place where humans are really scary.
I'll avoid that.
We'll all be monsters.
So, Queen's rebellious daughter. Nice seeing you again. Here's your hat.
Oh, thanks.
So,
She flicks it, and it turns into like a long hairpin, and she puts it through her ponytail.
Thank you for getting me out of there.
You're welcome. What are you guys doing here?
We didn't mean to?
yes.
We're trying to get not here, if that helps.
So,
So,
yeah, one of you two take this one.
there's a...
The soldier says, hold on 1 second before you start. He walks over to her and says, so these are all your assets? She's like, 1 second. And she takes out like a stamper and runs over and like stamps little Sparkle's armor, and she runs over and stamps Sakar's armor. And is like, they are now.
Hey,
What?
who are you?
Shush. She puts it back. Says,
What kind of stamp is on my armor now?
it actually will say it's a big Q. Like a big letter Q.
Huh.
The soldier takes off his helmet, at which point he turns into a different thing. Same type of creature. Except she probably has also gray skin, but instead of having those rectangular markings, she actually just has these two little circles on her cheeks, like a kind of like a little clown type of thing. Has her hair kind of coming down over one of her eyes, and is wearing these like immaculate clothes, button-up shirt, bow tie, vest, kind of wide slacks that come down into those like knee grabby garter things, spats, and her sword has become an umbrella.
Oh, have we finally found the last of the Who Will Join pictures?
I think so.
Yep.
And
Yay!
that's not at all a style that we'd see back home, would it? Or
No, well, not really, actually. You've never seen anything quite like this. I mean, you can see styles that are similar,
Yeah.
but nothing that's put together like this.
okay.
And she says, she turns to what these guys have identified as the Queen's rebellious daughter, and says, you are doing all the paperwork for this. You're going to make this up to me. And any extra work that comes out of this is on you, because these are your assets. She just kind of like gives her a big shrug and is like, I guess. And she just kind of takes one last disdainful look at the group of you,
Hi.
puts her helmet back on, turns back into a soldier, and walks off.
Wow. What's her name?
Oh, that's the fourth oldest inspector.
Okay.
She's the caseworker for this vertex.
I see. So,
For this what?
Vertex.
What's a vertex?
This is a vertex. Where you guys are from is a vertex.
This particular iteration of the
Yes, this
universe,
reality is a vertex.
Okay.
You guys are from a separate vertex.
Mhm. And this is the nature of your organization? Is
Yes.
policing? Okay. Okay. Sorry.
So, okay, now walk me through how you got here.
Do you know of Professor Leck?
We do not.
Go ahead.
So,
Know of the salamanders, Coil?
Apparently he's the pioneer in our vertex of cross-dimensional travel.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And it's even more unfortunate for him.
So there's a group called the Salamander Coil who were trying to find Professor Leck and his source of all of his power, presumably, from what we've gathered, to jump to these other vertexes and vertices, sure, and plunder or gain power in some way. Ket knew Professor Leck, and well,
sort of.
Us
being us, set the device off.
Stumbled into.
He set the device
set it off.
Leck set it off to try to get us out of there.
The salamander coil kind of raided Leck's lab while we were there, and to prevent them from getting a hold of the device.
And therefore, he's presumably captured, and therefore we feel fear that the Salamander's coil won't be far behind in pursuit.
I think we know he's captured. He was taken like right before we split.
Right. That's terrible.
Mm.
Can I see your device?
Yeah, here.
She takes it. She looks at it, looks kind of just weirdly amused by it. She's like,
assuming you find it fairly primitive, or
is this octahedral technology?
I really haven't been able to pin it down myself.
We kind of just started to figure out how this thing worked when we hit this one.
Have you had a chance to
figure out? He means we don't have any idea.
Right.
More or less.
Have you gotten a chance? How does it keep your innards on the inside?
I'm really not sure. There has seemed to be some sort of recalibration. We have a feigning spell sometime after.
That's all that happens. You just feign.
It's been a little rougher on Orem.
Orem seems to be most afflicted by.
That's because there's a Feywild analog here.
Uh-huh.
Actually, you're very lucky that you didn't travel someplace that
didn't have a material item.
That was actively detrimental to something from the Feywild.
Fair enough.
Wait, who are you?
I agree.
Right. I'm the Queen's rebellious daughter. I work for a secret organization to keep things like this from happening.
Good job.
Sorry.
And you are?
My name's Maya Udal New Roost.
And that one?
Sakar of Atasokichi, Lord Baronet Absentia of Oblia.
I think I walked in on the tail end of that.
Yeah. So, they're basically new companions.
They're nice.
Yeah.
I like them.
Thank
They're
you.
good people.
Given that you seem to have marked us, dare I ask what that entails?
Sure. So, my organization tries to keep people from traveling to other worlds that are not theirs, to other vertices, by any means necessary.
Oh.
So, as my assets, you are now more than likely not going to get killed by someone from my organization if there was some sort of paperwork mixed up or anything like that. These three have actually been assets of mine for quite some time.
Where's the stamp?
That's an emergency maneuver. I actually filed all the paperwork for you guys quite some time ago.
Thank you.
Lots of paperwork for that?
Oh, yes.
I don't understand that one.
Greatly appreciated. So,
It's
do
fine.
you need to know, if you look there's a little projection that shows what course we've largely charted so far.
Let me see. Like,
Is
just
that-
hold it up for me. She looks at it and says,
So,
"Yep. All right.
two.
So this is where you're from,
mm,
and these are the ones you've been to."
yes.
Well, we haven't been to this one
That's
at the very end. That's where we think we were going to head if we hadn't fiddled with the
That's
numbers to end up here.
probably that's probably good. I'm guessing this thing drains ambient energy to power itself up.
Yep.
Yes.
You would have had a lot of trouble finding anything there. It's probably a good thing that you didn't.
Okay.
Well, that's the opposite of what Lek was expecting, isn't it?
Yes.
No, it wasn't. He wasn't looking for an infinite energy plane. He's just saying that there's lots of other stuff to be had if you can hop between vertices. Although I don't think he used that word.
It's unlikely that he would have. In any case, I'm afraid things are a little bit more complicated than you might have originally expected. And she turns her tuning fork towards the thing, and out of those kind of glowing lines, new glowing lines spread out. And basically, the lines that are already there move over or kind of sprout other things at the points. And eventually, there are basically the diagram with the lines turns into what appears to be a sphere made out of triangles. And altogether, 12 vertices appear.
Oh, wow. He only thought there were 4 worlds.
Well, that's the problem with the uninitiated and where vertex travel comes in, I suppose. Seriously, this is very dangerous. You guys are very lucky that nothing worse happened to you.
I could imagine.
Kind of our forte.
I suppose it is. That's why you're my assets.
That's probably
So
true.
have you three have been world hopping before then?
No. I've run into them before during my missions. So I just thought they'd be useful. So I was like, nobody kill these.
She spent more than a few days on our vertex. On our vertex.
Probably on
And
several
other
trips.
So-
different planes on our vertex.
So can you get us home then?
I can, but once that process starts, there's some things I'm obligated to do.
Okay.
So, once we get there, I'm going to have to take your device,
Mhm.
and we're going to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
And I am also going to tell you to not get any further involved in this situation. We will take care of it.
Okay, so you think the salamander coil, you'll be able to prevent any issues they may have?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I am obligated to take your device and
Okay.
tell you not to get further involved.
Understood.
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
want any more information on the salamander coil?
Yeah, I'll take all you have, but why don't we do that someplace a little bit more sit-downy?
Sure.
And she pulls out what appears to be a pocket watch from her coat, flips it open, and it's just kind of like there's no clock face, it's just glowing inside. And she looks at you guys and says, well, you guys are old pros at this now. And these lines begin to appear around you, and essentially you are encased in what appears to be a large sphere made out of triangles.
You
guys gently float upward for a second, and then there's a flash of light.
Not usual. Okay.
Well, let's end it there, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Bet you guys didn't see that coming. Neither did we. Or maybe we did. Maybe you did. That's what the comments section are for. Over at majorspoilers.com. Share your thoughts, reactions, your predictions, and then keep listening to see if you're right, you're wrong, or if you were close, but no cigar.
Half a cigar.
Half a
close
cigar.
but no cigar.
Yes, close but no cigar. There you go. All right, everybody. Podcast at majorspoilers.com. We will talk with you next time, and here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
Studios Network. For more information about this and other shows, visit frogpants.com. Audio program so good, it's like you're there.